So an interesting turn of events. Netflix, who has spent a significant amount of money with Zack Snyder, or on his projects anyway, has now decided to scrap his near-completed Army of the Dead anime. And it is basically finished. Zack Snyder said himself. Quite odd that it's not getting released when it's done. The content is done. Bizarre. So let's dive into this today, ladies and gents. Hit subscribe if you're new here. So, let's take a look, right? Netflix is not moving forward with Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead Lost Vegas anime. It was going to be a prequel to the live action movies. It was also going to somehow kind of be connected to Rebel Moon, as you can kind of see here, but we'll touch on that in a minute. The anime series itself was going to tell the origin of Scott, Dave Bautista's character, and his rescue crew during the initial fall of Vegas as they confront the mysterious source of the zombie outbreak. So Zack Snyder was going to direct a couple of episodes, and the voice cast was announced featuring Joe Manganiello, Christian Slater, Harry Lennox, Ross Butler, Anya Chalotra, Vanessa Hudgens, Jenna Malone, Yetide Badaki, Christina Wren, Monica Barbaro, and Nola North. Like a reasonable amount of people, quite frankly. And so then there was also this is why it's so strange. So following Snyder previously offering the series hit a snag, now whilst talking with Total Film magazine, Snyder says that Army of the Dead Lost Vegas is no longer happening, even though the series is basically finished, and connect to Rebel Moon. So he said this: we did all the scripts and the animatics, and all the voices are recorded, so you could watch it, even in its crazy animatic form. You could watch the whole run. So, animatics to completion. There's still a little bit of work. I mean, all the scripts, all the voices are done. The animatics are done. You could probably build the series quite quickly around that. Especially with, honestly, and I hate to say it, but especially with the use of AI. Snyder also revealed his Army of the Dead universe connects to Rebel Moon via the multiverse. So Army of the Dead has a pretty vast mythology that never made it into the movie. There's actually a character from Rebel Moon in the Army of the Dead animated series that we never did. So Snyder continued, at one point in the show, they go through a portal into another dimension, and there are characters in that other dimension that they come across. In Rebel Moon, they're in this bar, and one of the aliens is one of the characters from the animatic. So it's definitely a shared universe. So bizarre. It's such a weird thing to cancel. Joe Oliver was supposed to be the showrunner. Just last month saw the announcement that Oliver is now adapting the popular fantasy franchise Wheel of Time into a 3D animated movie for Amazon Prime Video. I thought they were doing that as a series. This is all over the place. It's interesting, isn't it? Like, you'd think if Netflix were incredibly happy with Zack Snyder and all the work that they've sort of done with him, you just wouldn't bin it off. I mean, look, right, okay. Not necessarily all of the work that they've done, but if they were specifically happy with that work, that show, they definitely wouldn't have binned it off. We can hopefully agree with that at the very least. So I think this shows that the anime itself probably wasn't very good. Maybe they gave him a bit too much free reign. I don't know. It seems bizarre that they would just cancel it when they, obviously paid for the voice actors. They wouldn't be able to get away with not paying for the voice actors. They paid for the work. So it's peculiar. But let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear it. I think this is a sign that... It's probably a sign that Netflix is wanting to cut and, I don't know, tighten their belts a little bit. That's what I would say. As with most companies nowadays, it would be a tight belt tightening situation. But let me know what you think. Love to hear it. Give the video a like and a share. Take care.